Back up on the scene, nah, I mean.
Sit where I'm sitting, sip what I'm sipping, spit what I'm spitting. Take a listen to what they kicking. It ain't a topic that's out there that's too specific. We gon' talk about it and they gon' listen. This here's a revolution for all I mentioned. This here's a Novocaine just to numb your system. Weekly doses issues, get your prescription. Life and fan, but we ain't missed it. Let's do since wings around. Ass Mike and Pip, you got a topic how to spit. Squeeze gon' rip. It's Season 7 coming to you live. We up in this. Hey, Season 7, we up in this. Life gon' be life, okay. 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 Life gon' be life, okay.
We talking life. 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 We talking life.
Season 7, you ready?
Yo, back up on the scene. Nah, I mean, welcome back to another edition of the Life Be Life and podcast. I'm your host, Tony D.
And I'm your host, B to the J, aka Wave Newton. Floater. What's up, my boy?
Man, you know what it is, man? Another one to do a Wednesday in these streets. And if you're listening, so hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this on out the way, y'all. So we got news. You said news? Yeah, we got some news.
Oh, he said he got what? Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Hey, tell him, come on in.
Let me find it real quick, y'all.
I say, hey, come on in.
My bad. I had it ready too.
Come on in.
I got too excited. So, how y'all doing out there, man? What's been cracking with y'all life? Is everybody well? Everything's doing what it's gonna be doing.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Well, first, before we get to that, man, don't forget about our sponsorship opportunities, man. Go ahead and talk to them about it, bro.
So look, we have so many different tiers as y'all can see. We're looking for sponsors. This is the opportunity, one, for us to get you out there to them. And also kind of iron sharpening iron, man, as we continue to learn and grow from each other as business owners. So your tier, we're going to be sure to get you with that merchandise. We're going to spend your commercial. We're going to populate your brand. And again, it's just a way to connect you with our lifers. So find the tier that works for you. The information is at the bottom. Holla at us and let's make some noise. Rohan.
All right, y'all. So, development. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been in talks with WAVU 55. Hey, shout out Mo, shout out Bree. So on Tuesday, so even though that y'all be watching us on Wednesdays, hey, starting June 1st, that Tuesday, so June 2nd, if you're on your drive on the way to work, download the app. I got it down here in the banner, man. Yeah. Check us out on WAVU the 55, the Wave. Check us out, man. We live.
That's crazy. So they're gonna be able to see us on Wednesday,
yes,
but
take us
the day before, and this is 8 a.m. in the morning. You'll be able to hear it.
If you hear me,
you'll be able to hear it. So shout out again, WAV 55, the vibe.
Yep. All right. And you can see it down here. Download the MyTuner radio app, and then you're gonna look for WaveView, WAVU 55, the vibe. Hey, the Lou is cracking, man, and we in on this. That's why we're telling you about these sponsorship opportunities, man. You got to get in.
Yeah, absolutely, bro, man. So we're gonna get into before we do anything else. Before we do anything else, because it's so much. Let's get these disclosures out the way.
Indeed.
We just so excited, life as well. Make sure y'all had that new. We're gonna jump into tonight's topic because you know this is why we do it.
This is why we do it. Let's go.
No Montel.
The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life and podcast are solely those of the artists, producers, guests, and hosts of the show. Any numbers, stats, or stated resources that are given, we do ask that you verify that information for yourself.
All right, man. As we back up in this joint. So this season 7. Y'all have been rocking with us on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on the gram, like on the website, everywhere.
Yeah.
As we're grafting in a new family, We want to make sure that as this new venture is audio only, we want to make sure that we cater to that audience as well. So, as this is our first show on WAVU 55 on today, which is June the 2nd, we just want to take a step back and talk about who we are. Yes, we want to dive into the topic. Yes, we want to recap on some shows, but this new audience does not know who we are.
True.
So, this is why we do it, man. As people get to know us freshly, and you go back to our website, it's on the screen, our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram. Go ahead, even our personal Facebook's on there. Go ahead, at Tony D, at D Johnson. Look us up, man. Talk to us.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that we wanted to talk about on the show, man, was mental health. We've both been through mental health situations. And coming through your mental health situation, you start to recognize other things that happen. But because you were already in the wilderness, mind you, those things really didn't matter. But now as you're starting to clear off your plate, man, and starting to understand that life has been this heavy because I've been carrying around this big old plate that had all this stuff on it. And now that I'm starting to clear stuff off, now I understand why I hate sauerkraut. Now I understand why I hate the side of peas, you know what I'm saying? In reference speaking. So while we do it, at the end of the day, man, people losing their lives. People on podcasts telling males and females, especially in our Black community, that we don't need one another.
Mm-hmm.
Stop snitching is still in the neighborhood. So we have little boys and little girls who've had tragedies happen to them and can't get justice. We've had people that have created situations and circumstances and become mentally aggressive against their husband, against their wife, against their kids, against their mother, against their father. And we're seeing people now gravitate to taking people out. We see husbands killing wives. We see mothers killing their children. We see this stuff on a daily basis, y'all. This is why we do it. We create this platform to have deep and thought-provoking conversations, reflective conversations, but not pointing the finger. Because at the very end of the day, once I get through coming through my situation, once I tell my side of the situation, once I tell how I navigated through it and where I was mentally, physically, and emotionally, I got to point the finger back at me. Because we always say hurt people hurt people. So if I hurt someone and didn't come back to talk about it, if someone has hurt me and I didn't want to talk about it through life experiences and I didn't want to talk about it, I got to talk about me first. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and that's fact. So, and even again, speaking to a newer audience and those who just aren't familiar. So when this thing was initially started, the mindset that went into it was really, look, we're going to come up with some topics, some things that we feel like the community wants to hear about, things that we need to address. Let's talk about a little bit of sports. Let's just keep it on the light. And so ideally what ended up happening, there was so much going on. And I understand that as May wraps up, mental health is very big, but not just for the month of May, just for every single month, because there's so many men in particular, and they're losing their lives because they don't know who to talk to. They're being told to, be quiet, men, don't do this, you complaining, you this or that, and you lesser than. So you end up going through it until the point that you just can't take anymore. And while to some of us, it might not even be, we can't even seem to comprehend how you could get to a point to where you like, you know what, I'm gonna take my own life. But for just as many who would say that they can't comprehend it, there's just as many, if not more, who have not only considered it, attempted it, and then, unfortunately, those who have succeeded. So it has to be something that we continuously talk about. It's different for everybody. It's not a common cold. You can't hear somebody coughing in their bedroom and say, oh, let me get this medicine. But some people, they suffer in silence. Some people are suffering because they're going to turn to things like food. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that y'all looking at that have an eating problem, and y'all are too busy talking about them instead of trying to sit down and understand the real, because for some, that might be the only thing they can control. Some people are abusive because physical harm is the only thing that they can control.
Yeah.
They drink, that's the only thing that they can control. So the reason now why we're able to do this is because as we've matured over these last 3 years entering into season 7, we have gotten into a point to where we said, you know what? There were some things that we dealt with that we brought on ourselves. There's some other things that were presented to us, but ultimately we didn't navigate the way we should have, or we didn't know how to. And now that we're out of that part, let's go back and revisit it, help other people through it, talk other people through it. So that's really how we kind of got to this point. So for those that will be tuning in, and will be solely the Wave 55 listeners, for those that will continuously be the lifers and you will listen to watch the video, you'll have a better understanding of how all these topics intertwine, how our guests, how they've came about. Bro, we've been fortunate enough, man. We've had young ladies in the past that have told their stories the first time to us.
Facts. Yeah.
You know, and for a man to have a lady that has experienced some horrific things, to feel comfortable enough to come forward and tell you, not to be judged, but to feel protected and to be able to take power back. And they've said these things, and that's a blessing, man. So, and shout out to you, bro, just by even having this as an idea. While we'll come together and say, you know, I'm your host, Tony D, and I'm your host, D to the J. We play very different roles.
Yeah.
You know, unique, equal, but very different. And so just the concept of life be life. And, you know, we got to thank you and give you your props for that, man. So hats off to you. The trajectory, and I apologize because between gum and I think my sugar low.
You excited?
No, man, my sugar low. Nah, but where are we going, man? Like, what is your vision for our brand?
Man, so with the brand of Life Be Life, and of course we got to spin off from the Mind of Men. I've been blessed to just be able to.
Where that at? Don't skip it.
I'm gonna come back to it in a minute.
Where that at though?
If I don't stay on my thoughts,
all right.
It will be 28 minutes left.
Yeah.
But from Life Be Life, you know, as we get together, we discuss these topics. Spun off came Mind of Men. Mind of Men is just where I'm sitting down, you know, with everyday men. You can find it on YouTube. We're in talks with SSS Network to be exclusive shortly. We just got to work out some kinks in the system, the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted a platform to where we don't have to be cringy. We don't have to be. Of course, we're not going to agree on everything, but holistically, what our listeners and our viewers have to realize is that we're two Black married men. We're in some form of corporate America with 401ks, no records, no, you know what I'm saying? Like we out here living life.
True that. Do me a favor. Because again, I don't want our new listeners to get that thing messed up, especially for those that are audio only.
Yeah.
So I would like you to just rewind back 30 seconds and restate that. So for clarification, we are two Black married men, however, not to each other.
Yeah, like
I just because we got man, but they can't see that. They can't see it. They can't see that.
I heard it. But no, sir.
They can't see that.
I've been married 20 years to my beautiful wife. Got 4 kids. Like, come on now. Like,
and again, shameless plug. See what I did? Made him do there, listeners.
You know, but
see what I made him do?
But
he was not going to talk about that 20-year.
That
20-year
piece.
We
just hit 20. You know what I'm saying? So
congratulations.
Since we here, happy belated birthday, bro. You know what I'm saying? Minus the birthday coming up.
Covers in the house.
But let's do this.
Yeah.
We got our introduction out the way, man.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go into some music. We're going to come back and talk about some mental health, man. It may be past experiences. It may be what we're experiencing right now. But again, this is why we do it. We'll be right back.
My bro had to sit me down, and I'm talking about D to the J. And the thing he said to me is God is always undefeated. Y'all, we got to learn how to pray, man, and you know, get God in your life, man, because your mind will panic you. Your mind will have you in such a frenzy. And when you calm down and take control because you understand that you are a God, child of the Most High, that all things are possible. Your mind starts to slow down and you're able to live in the moment and not get up today and worry about tomorrow.
Ain't no need to panic, ain't no need to panic. Even if the blessings don't come automatic, I will always trust you even when it's manic. It's your boy Psalms, aka Holy Savage. Ain't no need to panic, ain't no need to panic. Shout out to the broken, shout out to the damage. I'm praying for your struggle, just keep working at it. Always know you favored, you's the Holy Savage. Sound the yellow arm, it's your boy Arms. You know what we be on. It's Holy Savage season. Everybody gravitating to it, get you cling on. I pray, calms your fears and fills you with a peace that's beyond. Far more than you can imagine. All of your blessings I'm asking for your favor everlasting. Holy Spirit outlast. Fill me with your holy wisdom. I just wanna lead them. I just want them all to see freedom. My pathway that leads to the kingdom. No longer a figure breaking out the system. Your beauty's a wonders of prisms. I wanna see all your glory. Let the chapters that you write tell a different story. Thankful for the blessings that you set before me. Shape me in your image and have me to your inventory. Let's go. Ain't no need to panic. Ain't no need to panic. Even if the blessings don't come automatic, I will always trust you even when it's manic. It's your boy Psalms, aka Holy Savage. Ain't no need to panic, ain't no need to panic. Shout out to the broken, shout out to the damage. I'm praying for your struggle, just keep working at it. Always know you favored, you's a Holy Savage. When you wake up, who you call on help you with your day. Sprinkle water on me, renew me in every way. Lead me down the path, holy independent way. The crossroads, the saints road. Lead me and I will obey. Only one to give solutions, knowing it gets confusing. Helping with contributions, mercy and restitution. No illusion, a pathway through the confusion. Listen to hold on me, only real, no phony. Look down on me closely, down to the old me. Give me the power to overcome, I'm a Nephilim. Still praiseworthy in a bad dream, knowing everything ain't what it seems. I'm a holy savage, I'm a Viking, giving up on them unlikely. I'm still going through fighting, I'm a whole glass, ice cubes and iced tea. Ain't no need to panic, ain't no need to panic. Even if the blessings don't come automatic, I will always trust you even when it's manic. It's your boy Psalms, aka Holy Savage. Ain't no need to panic, ain't no need to panic. Shout out to the broken, shout out to the damage. I'm praying for your struggle, just keep working at it. Always know you favored, you's a Holy Savage.
Yo, shout out to the boy Psalms, man, and we back up in this joint.
AKA Holy Savage.
Holy Savage. So,
yeah.
So that's another thing. No, my bad, bro. Go.
No.
We was probably finna say the same thing. Go ahead.
No, I'll tell you what you're saying. Look.
So that's
I don't mean
thing.
to
So that's another thing that y'all can look forward to, man. We're gonna be bringing you the music, clean music. If it don't have a purpose, why listen to it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't only do gospel. We do music.
Yeah.
But it's got to have a purpose behind it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So, we went through the intro. We laugh, we joke. We're going to play the music. We looking to support. Yeah, I got all the ways to reach us. I want to kind of get down to business a little bit and tighten this thing up and really give you all a different look, a different insight as we kind of talk about who we are. So going back to season 1, episode 1, the reintroduction of who we are starts with a very key concept that circles around mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tony D, I want you to take some time, share your story where your mental health journey begins, and lifers, and for those that are just audio only, I really want you to focus in and hone in on this story, because I can promise you that there's people that you love that are some of the most valuable, important pieces of your life. They're going through some things right now. So Tony D, the floor is yours, sir.
Man, it's crazy, to even revisit this, because I feel like throughout my journey that I've been revisiting this a lot lately, and And it's not to just be like, oh, look at me, but no, it's like, hey, look at me, God, flat out. So as y'all see me, saying, happy married to the beautiful wife for 20 years, see me with the kids, and y'all see me on Facebook like crazy, the reels, the posts, the laughs. But trust me, it's been a process to even get to this point, man, throughout life. You see people hurting and you're like, man, how did they ever get here? Never in my life did I think that things would get so bad for me that I would try to take my own life, fam.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So and give me about 20 minutes, man. And I'm gonna throw this thing off. Matter of fact, give me 15. Throw this thing off to bro. I'm gonna take a quick pause. We got a dope track loaded as well.
Yeah.
Playing that Rainstorms by Murphy Lee, T Dub,
Yeah.
Bill Darius, and I'm forgetting somebody, man, and the other artists, my apologies as well. So my journey for me realistically began at about the age of 12. Something at the age of 12 just kind of it floored me, fam. Like I was like, what? So throughout my life, I grew up, didn't have the best, but I had enough.
Yeah.
I grew up with my grandmother. Well, I thought she was my mom. Let's start there. I'm 12. I think this lady is my mom. Things are happening in school because she's older. So she got me, she got custody of me when she was 60. So she's like 72 now. I'm in first grade, I'm getting walked to the bus stop or whatever grade. I'm 10. So third grade, hopefully. But when you feel me,
everything going accordingly.
But
that was a long summer.
Hey, you hear me? A few of them. So one day, man, like I done got suspended from school. I'm on punishment, and she's like, "Hey, we need to talk." And I'm like, "Talk about what?" I'm like, "What did I do, man? Did I get caught? What did I just steal?" Trust me, I'm gonna bring it back. She sat me down and she showed me some papers, man, and told me that she wasn't my real mom. So from there, for real, man, like everything else in life was questioned because it's like, wait a minute. I mean, it's literally like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm 12. I didn't know this lady wasn't my real mama. I had seen my real mama, but I really didn't know who she was. She had a little boy, turned out to be my brother, turned out to have another brother. I'm like, wait, whoa. Life is moving fast, man. Like, what is happening? It turns out, and you know what? I'm going to be truthful and honest, man, now that I have deeper information. So it turns out that me at the age of 3 months old in 1977, my birth mom decided, like, I don't want this kid. She told my great aunt, who's literally her aunt, my mom's mom's sister, who I never met either. If you don't take him, I'm gonna throw him in the river. So basically, she took custody of me, my aunt Charlene, because the state told her she was too old. My aunt Charlene stayed there with her. As I grew up throughout life, of course, I'm wearing the Buddies, the SJ900s, the Rustlers, you know what it was.
Getting by.
I'm in the husky sizes, you know what I'm saying? So I'm at Kmart in that section where it's almost like one size fits all. I had school clothes and play clothes. My play clothes were school clothes cut off, the jeans cut off to make sure. Like, let's talk about it. As I grew up, man, she would walk me to the bus stop. So now I'm getting teased by the kids because all this old lady ain't your mama. Beep, 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 beep. I'm banging. I'm getting in trouble on the bus. I'm getting in trouble at school because I didn't understand. Then came the phase where I'm getting bullied. I'm getting jumped, because wouldn't nobody fight me one-on-one. Didn't understand. So hearing this news, man, at the age of 12, keep in mind I done survived having my toes severed by a lawnmower. I still got it. What I'm saying? Little piggy I still got it though. I survived at the age of 7 falling 2 stories inside of a school, Rowe Elementary on Prather. I fell sliding down the benches. I fell over and landed on the basement floor, man, flat on my back, knocked me out. I'm still here. So living all these traumatic experiences, man, and now being told that the person who I thought, was my mama, wasn't really my mama.
It's crazy.
I'm wilding now.
Yeah.
I'm stealing. Man, I was steal amen off the Lord's Prayer. I stole so much that my grandmother, she didn't call me no thief. She called me roguish. Come on, y'all. If somebody call you roguish, you already know you will steal whatever. I just had this turmoil in life, fam. I had the sense of loneliness because even to this day, y'all keep in mind, May 31st, I'll be 49 years old. I've never been in the room with my other two blood brothers at the same time. I've seen one, I've seen the other. Life be life.
Yeah.
So a teenager, man, didn't have a vehicle, playing sports. Again, not having the best, so now I'm stealing because, in the loop, I ain't gonna get an airbrush shirt. The all color Reebok Classics was like $30 back in the 90s. I steal $100. I'm gonna get 2 pairs of shoes. Give me a new airbrush. It was what it was. I didn't have a father figure. My uncle, he pretty much taught me how to hustle. He taught me how to do everything that needed to be done. So let's talk about him real quick. Called him, his name was James Noah Jr. Nickname from the country, Sugar Man. Well, no sugar in his tank, but that was just the name. His name was Sugar Man. Suge, man, my Uncle Suge, he got hurt at Ralston Purina, couldn't work no more. He was epileptic. He would go out in the alleys, man, and get copper and dig in the trash and get cans. And you'd be surprised what you would find in the trash nowadays. And I used to go with him because I needed to learn how to get me some money. But now kids from school seeing me digging in the trash, not understanding the process of recycling and what people are throwing away good. It is what it is. So now that's extra stuff on top of it. Man, I'm lost, fam. It got to the point, man, where I'm getting jumped. I got a few friends, but when I'm in the thick of it, friends is running too. I'm left solo to fight my own battles. I got approached to get beat in to become a GD, man. 16-ish? From that point in time, fam, I was hell on wheels. They called me Taz. I was still hurting. Low key had abandonment issues. I'm knowing, situations, little puppy love relationships. I'm pulling the pin, tossing the grenade, because it's like, hey, I'm gonna leave you before you leave me. All of a sudden, got to high school, man. Well, senior in high school, and I don't have no future. I'm already in trouble with St. Louis City from an incident at Union Station. I done cracked the police officer's ribs. I'm on the radar from a lot of stuff now. And my life, bro, I understand that my life can't continue this way because I'm seeing cats a little older than me on the block. Yeah, you got paper, but you still stay with your moms, fam. I don't see anything else that you have going on. So I decided my junior year, still thugging, still wilding out, and I'm going to the military. I need to get up out of St. Louis. I need a clean break from the gang mentality, the gang lifestyle. I went to the military. So you know what? On that, let's take one. Let me catch a breather. Let me let y'all catch a breather, kind of recap. Feel what's going on. But hey, this is Rainstorms by T-Dub. Be right back with you, man.
You see me, St. Louis. You see this shit. Hold up. Yo, Murph, Dirt. Born in the Lou, I got so much to do and there's so much I did. Hitting the road and spitting these bars, I do what I love and that's why I win. Started at the age of 10, I had the pen. It was just poetry then. Wrote my first rap at the age of 13. Lost my first battle, but never again. Hold up. Got a little older, got cold. Every time a blunt got rolled, 16 boys got flow. I was prepared for woe. Yeah, I'm prepared for this. I took the risk. STO had over chains and wrists. Watch, we on that St. Louis. What could be better than this?
You can't see the sky for the stars. Too busy watching trees in the forest. If you want rain, then it come with the storms. All in all, you are who you are.
Sit back with this Mac and his tech and his AO-15 and give me what is needed to live it. Keep breathing, survive in this city of demons. Was born in this fire, still fly like a phoenix. Since birth, we've been cursed on these blocks. It's berserk where we die and to live. For real, it's reverse. Oppressed, so depression and loss in our top. Press me, suppression installed on the block. The table won't turn, I'ma flip that shit. Look, emphasis on the flip that shit. Got dreams and you gotta have relentlessness. No, they didn't think we could get this big. Act sky, give me sight through the fog with the wheel of a who can fight the withdrawals. If you wanna rain and it come with the storm like a strike when I write thunder drum up a pulse, I live for it.
You can't see the sky for the stars. Too busy watching trees in the forest. If you wanna rain, then it come with the storms. All in all, you are who you are. You can't see the sky for the stars. Too busy watching trees in the forest. If you wanna rain, then it come with the storms. All in all, you are who you are. You are who
Like in the corner.
you are.
Yes, I am still in the building.
Yeah.
As my bro would say.
So we back.
Yeah, we back up in this joint.
So bro, you were right at the point. You were trying to get an escape. You're trying to better yourself and pick up from there.
Yeah, and I'm paraphrasing a lot, man. We will really dive in one day. So boom, I'm a senior. I'm off to the military. I graduated literally May 31st, 1995, man. June 7th, I was on a plane. I was not playing.
You graduated on your birthday.
Yeah. My 18th birthday, I graduated.
Wow.
I was gone. Went to basic, South Carolina, school, Georgia. By that Thanksgiving, y'all, I am in Korea. So my first duty station. I'm there for a couple of months, man, and I meet this dude, man, and we rapping, we shooting hoops, and he got a GD heart on his leg. If you know, you know. So, boom, I spit lit, he spit lit, we boom, boom. So we link up. I'm in the military, y'all. I got my first GD tag. I end up coming back to the States. I'm in North Carolina, Fayetteville, wilding. Come home, man. When I got out the military, I was an alcoholic. Just because I was in the military, I had something to do. I was always running and working out, PT tests and all that good stuff. It got bad, y'all. I was drinking a fifth of Bumpy Face an evening, not a day, an evening. Working at the Ponderosa on West Florissant, walking down West Florissant, stop at Walgreens, dude have it on the counter. I went in there every evening. Go back, get my orange juice, my Bumpy Face on the counter, catch the bus back to the crib. Ended up, man, in U City. Solo Bolo, man, created a little name for myself in U City because I was wilding. Right there on Bartman in 66. Got married. My first marriage, man. I had the desire. Y'all, like all BS aside, I had the desire to be married just because I knew my tendencies. I had garden tool tendencies. I knew it. Hey, if I'm married, I can be focused. Right after I got married, man, remember me telling you, didn't know my father. How I found out who was my mom's. My Aunt Charlene, who stayed to help raise me, she passes. She passed, and I'm within 30 days of getting married. I mean, I had been married less than 30 days. Let me say that. I even got promoted at Ponderosa from a shift leader to an assistant manager. I'm at her weight. I'll never forget it. Ted Foster Whitechapel on Halls Ferry when it was there. I'm at Charlene's weight, and a lady walks up to me and she's like, "You look just like your father." I'm high. I'm drunk. Ain't no telling what else. Who's this lady? Yeah, I know what I really said, but about 30 minutes later, y'all, like, my father's staying. The crowd parted. My father is standing on the other side of this crowd, man. So I got all these emotions. Like I said, I just got married.
Right.
Now I just got promoted, but now I done lost somebody.
Significant loss, right?
You know what I'm saying? And then to meet this person at her funeral,
Yeah.
I'm 24, 25, man. I'm grown. I'm married. Like, I'm not meeting you for the first time. Throughout the marriage, man, for the next couple of weeks, it was just hard. Um, me and ex-wife, we were in two different plateaus. I'm here expecting to be met. She's there expecting me to come. You're supposed to come to me right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Because
That's
I'm the
the
one
order.
that's again.
Yeah.
One thing led to another, y'all, and I felt like I had got to my lowest low. Just so many emotions just compounding in. I went to the hospital for chest pains. Never forget it. Went to the hospital for chest pains, and that was like a Saturday. And I was popping those pills like I was eating M&Ms. By Monday, my body is showing effects, um, speech, heart rate. I end up kind of like I don't want to say collapsing, but I sat down. I was at work. Never forget, man. I was at Ponderosa. We had just closed. I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm out of it. You can hear the voices like yo, you gotta be there to be there. You're not worthy. Your mama didn't want you.
Mm-hmm.
You just meeting your father. He didn't really want you. Now you done lost this person. What you go do? I'm focusing on all the intangibles, not realizing at this point in time, I am a manager.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For where it was popping. I'm married. So the thing that I had wished for, I now have. I've now met my father, somebody who I've never met. I should be happy.
Yeah.
I'm out of here, y'all. End up getting rushed to the ER, St. Mary's. Somehow, to this day, I don't know how it transpired, but they end up going through my belongings, found the pills, and seeing that a bottle, back then, before the opioid epidemic, they was giving out pills like candy.
Yeah.
And to realize that 48 hours prior, I got this bottle and there's only a couple of pills left. To understand that I was at my lowest low, and I never thought that I would be at my lowest low because I never thought that I would try to take myself up out of here. Now to start recapping, I'm looking down at the cuts and the burn marks that I have on all. Yeah, tattoos cover them now. But to realize that I was at that point in my life, fam, to where I felt like I didn't want to live no more. I'm sitting there on the floor, 5th floor at St. Mary's, and the nurses are telling me you got so much to live for. But you telling me this because you don't have this going on.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the thoughts of the people who felt like that they were at their lowest low and forced themselves to transition. That's where I was. We do this because here I am now, 21 years later, remarried, 2 new kids. In all of my kids' life, I'm thriving. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. I'm finna go into brain surgery in August. I've been real somber about it, fam. Because to find out I had a tumor, and we'll fill y'all in, man, at some point. But this is why we do this. Anytime this camera turns on, whether it's Life to Life in the Mind of Man, whether it's a Facebook reel, no matter what it is, I'm standing for those who feel like that they cannot stand. We're standing for those that feel like that all they can do is lay down all day. We're putting out positivity because positive vibes are catchy, just as negativity. See, the news is steady showing the negative. How when we crash out? How when we lose our hope? How when we're done for it? But they don't talk about the positive things that we could have had in our lives that lead up to that. We look at podcasts that are trending, and there's always a man putting down a woman or correcting a woman. Correction should be done in the background.
Yeah, true that.
We do this because there's somebody out there that's going to catch this on their worst day and just sit down and listen to it. Listen to the music. Listen to 2 strong Black men say, you can make it because we've made it.
Yeah, true that.
But the craziest thing about it ain't only my story involved in this. I'm going to turn it over to bro for a little bit, man, because again, this is why we do it.
Yeah, true that. So, like I said, everybody has a different side of that coin that they'll play. And um, while some again can't comprehend his story to where life can put you in such a corner that you feel that there's nothing left to give it, what's the point of coming out of the corner?
Yeah.
And then there's some of us
Yeah.
whose minds can be so uh corrupt um with those thoughts that we don't we don't care what gets put in the corner. um the anger is going to ensure that it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
So my story and where I am now is really for those to understand that life may be injected with rage and anger, but that doesn't where you have to start, or I should say stay.
Yeah.
So, you know, where for some of us we had different fathers in our lives, mothers in our lives, things like that. Um, my story is I'm the youngest of five on a married family, a married household. And while on the surface, a lot of things might have seemed that it was 100, the reality is that that relationship wasn't the best. And so then it translated down to the kids. And so ultimately, as people go their separate ways, and you are um you were really overlooked in a lot of ways, you know, because there's so much going on in other people's lives. You have children that, because they're older, that are getting ready to go to college. You got some that are transitioning into high school, their last years. um, and then you have this kindergartner who life isn't really there yet for him. So what do we do? um, and so as that household begins to deteriorate in life decisions, so no 5-year-old should have to answer a question, who do you want to live with? You know what I mean? So that those are some of the
Yeah.
first things that will shape your life when you have to make a decision. Um, because ultimately what you're asking the kid to do is, for 5 years you have said that you love mommy, you love daddy. For 5 years you have kissed us jointly, hugged us, held one hand with one side and held the other on the other, and we've picked you up and we've skipped you down. We've done all these particular things, but on this day, I'm wanting you in without any preparation to ideally tell us who you love more. Because for the rest of your life, you're going to decide who you will live with, who your primary ideas will be shaped by, who your characteristics and traits will be influenced by, what neighborhoods, what areas will shape in your mindset and your ideologies. And so, as much as you want and you desire those things from a man, you say, "Mom, cool. No route is better than another, but everything looks different." So by the time that you're 8, 9, 10 years old, you've moved cross country. You've went through a divorce. You went from being in a house that had 7 people to now just you and your mama. Your uncle has passed away. The whole family is fighting about who's gonna take this house. They set in stone. It's just so much. Your best friend drowns, you know, and so trying to process a lot of adult situations um in an area that you don't consider to be as bad as it is until you get old and look back. But again, neighborhoods and areas, they will shape in your mindset. They will sharpen your aggressive tool. Um,
Yeah.
there's certain things that will trigger rage. There's certain things that will trigger fear, and fear will also therefore lead to rage. So you begin to do things because people seem to be leaving in and out of your life, and so once again you travel cross country because this environment that you are have been in does not seem that if you stay here, you're not gonna make it. So before you ever know or believe in a God, you believe in a devil because there's things, bro, that you see. You see shadows, you hear voices, you know, you see
Yeah.
things moving in the night.
Yeah.
You literally
Huh.
are being approached by things that are not of this world, but there's nobody that is showing you the light, that's showing you the good. even though there was a pastor right there in the home. Um, because God never came home. You know, God was never taught.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Say that again.
God never came home. God was never taught. You know what I'm saying? Um, my memories of church, more so as a kid, deal with things of just being an everyday child that can't keep his mouth closed, and eventually scanning a crowd, scanning across the pulpit and locking eyes with your father, and you being commanded to come on stage and sit on his lap in the pulpit. But there was nothing that I can remember that would compel me to live my life according. There was no example that was set before me that would show me that this is the way, the truth, and the life. You know what I'm saying? That no man gonna get to the Father less by him. So even by the age of 13, 14, when you at the table and you praying, and somebody says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And when the prayer is over, you say, "Now that don't make sense. What does that mean? How could the Lord be your shepherd and now you telling me you don't want him?" And you can't really explain it in a way that makes sense because the church never came home. You should never be 13, 14 years old. You know what I mean? Isolated in the state, right? 1900 and some odd feet away. Bro, next time we go to break, like y'all can Google from, you know what I'm saying, Seattle to St. Louis. If our memory serves right, it should be 1932 miles.
We got a whole Alexa sitting right there.
1932 miles. And you left in a state for a week by yourself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of abandonment. There's a lot of things that I dealt with. If you loved me, you would hold me at this regard. If you love me, you wouldn't have put this thing first. And so, you know, you reach a point to where anger and rage has always been dominant, but now your stature is able to stand just as tall as the anger inside of you. And when that happens, there's not too much that people can really do. And so a lot of the relationships, you start to test them physically. You start to walk away. If it can't contribute in the manner that I see fit, I'm gonna deem it as not good, and it cannot return. And if it does, now this anger is gonna rage out. So because you're ultimately used to people walking away, you're used to people not putting a high enough value. Um, Anything that flashes a resemblance of love or appreciation, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna jump on it, bro. You'll jump on that joint just like a moth to a flame. You know what I'm saying? You come home late at night, you know what I'm saying? And it's summertime, you can't hardly open your screen door good because there's so many little moths jumping,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, doing double dutch in front of your you know what I'm saying, your porch light. And that's what that is like. Um, so by 19 years old, you'll find yourself in a situation making forever decisions or preparing to make forever decisions. And you haven't even had a mind that has had to make temporary choices for that long.
Right.
You 19. So by 2021, now not only have you said I do, taking, you know what I'm saying, fatherhood roles over other people's lives. You're doing all these particular things, but you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really what you wanted. It's hey, this was a vehicle that you thought was going to get you to your destination, but this wasn't the ride. You feel
Right.
me?
Yeah, indeed.
So then, you know, it's kind of it goes back to my point, and I'm a you know, really just, again, we'll move this to a different time, but when I say things like every villain has an origin story, um, a lot of people that you want to crucify, a lot of people that you look at with disgust, or you look at and you can hear multiple versions of who these people are. Some of those things are a result of some of those that should have said the contrary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we just have to, at this phase, we all have things that we've been through. We really feel that it's important that we are vocal about it, because again, there's somebody that's in a situation. So now when I speak to people, I'm speaking from a place that I've been through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to talk about what it's like to be tormented spiritually at a young age, 6, 7 years old, you hearing your name getting called and ain't nobody there, you're seeing the shadows, you hear, okay, boom, let's talk. You want to talk what it's like to get married young? Let's talk. Want to talk about raising, children as if they're your own in a stepfather capacity, or even being a young dad? Let's rap. Second marriage, give a second chance. How do you overcome the impossible? Then let's rap. Because ultimately, that's what this thing is about. So when we talk about this is why we do it, it is not to clout chase. You know what I'm saying? We don't do this for no bread. Everything that we doing is either out of pocket. When we asking for sponsorships, we really trying to take things to the next level.
Yes, sir.
And we always looking for ways to partner up. But the reason why we do it is because, unfortunately, if it wasn't for God and two beautiful wives that we now hold as our own, we wouldn't be here to do it. And that's just real rap.
That's big facts.
My brother wouldn't be here because the devil was trying to get him to eliminate himself.
Yep.
I wouldn't be here because my rage and anger was going to make me do something, and I would have been taking myself and been sitting down, watching everything go past.
Yep.
And we just have to grow and mature. So, bro, that's me, man.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful we in a place, man, where we can do this, where we can
back out now. I just had to show that being important.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, man. And again, lifers, and for those that are listening, audio only, just wanted to give y'all just a little bit of us. Normally, the interaction, as y'all know, lifers, is totally different. But as we reintroduce ourselves to an audience that is not familiar with the Life Be Life and podcast, we are going to talk about some things that they just need a little bit more time.
Yeah.
So some of these episodes will extend out.
Yep.
All the ways they got to find us, bro. Put them here.
Yeah. So before we do that, let's catch this last break, man, and we gonna get up out y'all hair. Got a couple of things we want to share real quick. Of course, still room for sponsorship opportunities.
Yeah.
And also, I'm gonna play a small clip from the Mind of Men. We'll come back, maybe a minute soapbox, and get on up out y'all way. So let's do it.
We don't judge, we clean. Moshe Mobile Car Wash. Over 11 years of experience. Shopping mode. Team ready, and we ready to service you. We are mobile everywhere, so make sure y'all book with us. And yes, we do all. Let's go.
Said a little while ago, bro, it's a choice you gotta make. Like, I gotta do something different. It's a choice when I come out the house, or we out the house at 2:00 in the morning, we riding around for a car to steal. That's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice to find somebody vulnerable, and we use whatever means to take that car and ride around. It's a choice. Cause just like you be like, all right, I'm gonna go to the kitchen and get some water. Nah, you know what? I want a soda instead. It's a choice. And I know it's like, oh, it ain't that simple, but it is. Boys in the hood, hey, don't let me out.
Exactly.
Let me out.
Exactly.
Let me out, though.
He made that choice to leave that car, so therefore he wasn't there when that happened.
Yeah.
So if you think about the end of the movie, what happened? He came back and bit Doe in the ass. You know what I'm saying? It didn't state what happened to the other guys, but he was the main one.
Made the example out of
and he got him. And what went on with Trey? Man went on successful life because he made the right choice. Like, no, that was my boy. My brother. I love him, but I can't do this. And why? Because his father was all along teaching him to be emotionally intelligent, make right decisions. Why?
You see how they came full circle?
Yeah,
you know, I love that.
So it's like you got to have them type of examples in your life.
Yeah.
No matter how much we would love to You gonna learn the hard way then, but you cannot give up because that's your next gen.
And that right there, y'all, was a clip from Mind of Men, and it actually fits as I close out on this soapbox on this evening, y'all. As you know, you can find us on Facebook, Life Be Life and Podcast, YouTube, Life Be Life and Podcast, TikTok, Life Be Life and Podcast. Email us, Life Be Life and Podcast at gmail.com. Check the banner at the bottom of the page. That little clip right there, it talks about choices, man.
Mm-hmm.
And everything in life has a choice. Either you have a choice to do or not to do. It is your choice. It's your decision that you made. I'm really, really upset that as parents nowadays we don't talk to our kids about emotional intelligence, and it can start when they're knee high to a grasshopper. You feel me? You know how kids get frustrated with toys and they'll knock it all down and start throwing stuff. That's the perfect time for a parent to start teaching them emotional intelligence. Because at the end of the day, if their emotional intelligence is not it's not intact, who can say that they're actually making the right choice? At the end of the day, y'all, all we got is our choices. You can make the choice, but you can't choose the consequence. So make the right choice today, man. Talk to somebody, get some help. If you out here doing whatever, hey, get in the house, Craig. There you go, Brody. I'm done.
Yeah, and the reality is, it's never too late. And I know that's one of the things that is always said for those that enter into the church that are looking to change their life. But even for those that have no, desire to go, the church route, understand that concept, it still applies. Like, you can always improve no matter what the situation is. Somebody be like, oh, well, nah, my brother can't, man. He doing 25 with an L. Cool. But he can still be behind those bars. He can't necessarily change his environment.
Right.
But he can better himself and change himself.
Yeah.
We should always be looking to work on self. Bro, you said something as it just pertained to the focus in parents and the things that you teaching kids. And it's never too soon to talk to them. Just like it's never too late to change. It's never too soon to have conversations.
Yeah.
The one thing that I see nowadays is it's almost like, I don't know if us as parents we have started to forget. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever we drinking and eating on a daily basis, whatever our job and lifestyle, it's like it's making us forget. So here we are with 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, and we still playing them like they 4 and 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other people is even asking us, yo, have you talked to such and such about that? Nah, when he get a little older. Hey man, when you gonna talk to him? Cause by the time you feel like you gotta talk to your kid, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me, cause hey, they don't even hear me. Look, by the time you feel like, oh, it's I'm ready to talk to my child about, let's just say, sex. Man, they already been exposed.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? This 9, 10 years old, they're at school sharing pictures, you know what I'm saying, amongst each other
Right.
of other kids performing sex.
Yeah.
And the reason why you need to talk to your kids is because you're not understanding that when that one child gets it and he texts it to his homeboy, they just shared child pornography.
Indeed.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Different consequences. Us as parents have to ensure that our children sidestep things, and even ourselves. So again, it's never too early to have conversations, but it's never too late to change those particular things. If you need help, understand we got things on here, man, that's going to speak to the mental health, the banners, the numbers that you can call, the 24/7 lines. But find somebody that you feel is capable, trustworthy.
Yeah.
And more importantly, get back to the things that you love. You loved music. Why you stopped? Why you stopped singing? Why you stopped writing? You love to draw, paint, read, go for a walk, go work out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. You love to beatbox with your socks wet. Whatever it is you do. do that thing.
Indeed. Man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in as usual for
Yeah.
WAVU 55. Hey, I hope this was a great first show. There's a lot more coming. Why? Because life is going to keep on lifing, and we're going to be here to talk about it. I'm your host, Tony D.
And I'm your host, D to the J, a.k.a. Wave Newton. Since we own that Wave 55, the vibe, tune in every Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And that's starting June 2nd on WAV 55. And every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central, CST. You can catch me and my bro, Tony the D. Whatever, man.
And we out. So you can't see.
Back up on the scene, nah, I mean. Sit where I'm sitting, sip what I'm sipping, spit what I'm spitting. Take a listen to what they kicking. It ain't a topic that's out there that's too specific. We gon' talk about it and they gon' listen. This here's a revolution for all I mentioned. This here's a Novocaine just to numb your system. Weekly doses issues, get your prescription. Life and fan, but we ain't missed it. Let's do up since rings around. Ass Mike and Pip, you got a topic how to spit. Green gon' rip. It's Season 7 coming to you live. We up in this. Hey, Season 7, we up in this. Life gon' be life, okay. 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 Life gon' be life, okay.
We talking life. 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 We talking life.
Season 7.